Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Victoria Lane. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has declared that Iran will never surrender to the United States or Israel as tensions continue to escalate across the Middle East. In a speech broadcast on Iranian state television, President Pezeshkian said that enemies demanding unconditional surrender from the Iranian people should, in his words, take that wish to their graves. The remarks come amid a widening conflict involving Iran, Israel, and the United States, with fears growing internationally that the confrontation could destabilize the broader region. In a separate address, the Iranian president also issued an apology to neighboring countries affected by the ongoing conflict. Pezeshkian expressed regret over attacks that have impacted nearby states during recent military exchanges. He further announced that Iran's Temporary Leadership Council has approved the suspension of strikes against neighboring countries, unless Iran itself is attacked from their territory. The statement appears aimed at preventing the conflict from spreading further across the region, as diplomatic pressure mounts for de-escalation. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin has reaffirmed Moscow's opposition to resolving tensions through military force. According to the Russian embassy in South Africa, President Putin made the remarks during a phone conversation with Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. He called for an immediate cessation of hostilities and emphasized the importance of diplomatic engagement to address the crisis. The Kremlin's position comes as clashes involving Iran, Israel, and the United States continue to heighten concerns among global powers about the risk of a wider regional war. Elsewhere in the Gulf, Bahrain says its air defense systems have successfully intercepted dozens of incoming threats since attacks on the kingdom began. The General Command of the Bahrain Defense Force reports that military systems have destroyed 86 missiles and 148 drones, launched during what authorities described as treacherous aggression. Officials say the interceptions were necessary to safeguard the kingdom's airspace and maintain national security, as tensions continue to ripple across the Gulf region. Humanitarian concerns are also mounting. According to the Iranian Red Crescent Society, U.S. and Israeli strikes since February 28 have targeted at least 6,668 civilian units across Iran. The organization says the attack struck 5,535 residential buildings and more than 1,000 commercial properties, along with medical centers, schools, and Red Crescent facilities. Rescue and relief vehicles were also damaged, and several Red Crescent staff were injured while conducting emergency operations. The organization is now calling for international attention and protection for civilians amid the ongoing hostilities. Back here in Pakistan, the opposition has strongly criticized the government's recent decision to increase petrol and diesel prices by 55 rupees per liter. Opposition leaders have described the move as an inflation bomb, warning that the hike will further burden already struggling households. They argue that rising fuel costs, linked partly to global supply disruptions caused by the U.S.-Israel conflict with Iran, will drive up transport and food prices across the country. The opposition has also called for the immediate reversal of the fuel price increase and demanded cuts in government privileges. Political leaders say relief measures are urgently needed for workers and farmers who are already facing mounting economic pressure. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has additionally criticized what it describes as continued high petroleum levies and luxury spending by the political elite. For more on the political reaction in the capital, we turn now to our Islamabad correspondent, Sarah William.
Political tensions in Islamabad are rising following the government's decision to raise fuel prices by 55 rupees per liter. Opposition parties say the increase will trigger a chain reaction across the economy, pushing up transportation, food, and basic commodity prices. Lawmakers from several opposition groups have demanded an urgent debate in Parliament and immediate relief measures for the public. Government officials, however, say global oil market instability and supply disruptions linked to regional conflicts have limited their options. Analysts warn that the issue could become a major political flashpoint in the coming weeks.
Our thanks to Sarah William, reporting from Islamabad. Finally, security forces in Balochistan have killed 15 terrorists during two separate intelligence-based operations in the Harnai and Basima districts. According to the Inter-Services Public Relations, 12 militants linked to the band Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, also referred to as Fitna al-Khawarij, and 3 belonging to the Fitna al-Hindustan group were eliminated following intense firefights with security personnel. Authorities say arms and explosives were recovered during the operations, while sanitization efforts are continuing in the affected areas. The military says counter-terrorism operations under the Azam-e-Istihkam campaign will continue at full pace to ensure stability and security across the region. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Victoria Lane.